It's probably not going to work. I'm probably going to cut out again. I really don't know what's going. Carry on and hope for the best. Yes, so I was trying to fit this in before Poldark. There'll be all Poldark nonsense going on in the background then. No, so I'm still in Wales. I've been doing various videos that I haven't put up yet. I've got one of the Brecon and Monmouth Canal. I've got one of butterflies. I went on a butterfly count. So I've got pictures of butterflies. Everyone loves butterflies. Hello. Hello, it's working. Yay. Hello, Ollie. It's it just comes and goes, and I don't know. So hopefully it'll stay for a little while, but I don't know. I also went to Lanhilleth Canyon. If you've seen this before, I've got this. I've because I made a video about it a couple of years ago, and since then hello Steve, the developer has tried to block access, so it's really difficult to get to now. But I persisted and I got to see it. But there was apparently a great big lake there, but I won't spoil it for you. I'll let you see the video when that's up. And also I'm going to Kaya Went in the next couple of days to do that. So there's at least 3 or 4 videos in development, and then also I might do some comedy or poetry or characters or songs or whatever people want of me. And I checked out my Patreon page today. I've got more patrons than I thought I had, and I'm not really doing enough for them, so I need to do more. So if you are a patron, let me know what sort of things you specifically want, and I'll tailor it to just not just to you. I'm obviously gonna get things for everyone, but I'll get some extra special content just for the Patreon people, if there's a call for it. If everyone's just happy to let it carry on, maybe it's going. Is it going? I don't know. Am I still here? That's just me doing a face as if I'm seized up. I have seized up. Anyway. Yes, I don't know whether the internet in this house is not very good. It doesn't stretch as far as the television, let alone further. I'm about 14, no, probably the television and the modem, and it's just not good. So I think it's something to do with the wall. See, if I go over here, if I go over here, then I'm nearer the modem. The modem's sort of just through the wall, just over there. So that might be, refreshing. So if I come out here into the hallway, maybe I'm nearer the modem, because the modem's just through this wall here. There's a mirror. There was a blip. Blip, 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 blip. So I'm going to sit down in the hallway. Oh no! Blip. It's very touchy. So I'm so near the modem. The modem's just through this wall, and yet it doesn't go through the wall. You'd think the Wi-Fi signals would go through the wall like magic, but they don't seem to. So I've done a lot of walking today because I've gone to the I really went quite far. Like my father was so tired, he was like, you go on. And then about 2 hours later I came back and they were like, well, you've been gone for ages. I was like, yes I have, very much ages. And I'd almost given up and down the hills. I went up and down the hills, putting my life in danger for you, for you. But now I'm a bit done in, as they say. Yesterday I went to another fair, a church fair this time, but I didn't really do any filming because I didn't really want to do that. I've been to a lot of things that I haven't put up, like my school. I put up the thing about the school sports day, but I didn't put any of the kids in because you're not allowed to do that without permission. And I went to the very last day of my school, and they sang songs. They sang songs. Guess what they sang songs from? You'll never guess. Yes, it was The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman is the song that everybody sings now. All of the songs from there. So they sang that, and it was quite moving. And I did film it, but just for personal, for my mother and for her and for their mother and for that. But I put it up, and I thought I'd put it up as a private just to share with them post. And then my cousin was like, you're not supposed to put that up without permission. I'm like, I didn't think I was, because I thought it was a private post. So I can't share that. Bad Elise. So that deleted. I deleted that. And so you can only see it if you are my sister-in-law or my mother. And I don't think you are you? I know my mother is in the next door. Maybe my sister-in-law is. Hello, if so. But my mother's in the next room, so, and she's seen it. It's on her tablet, but I had to do it on my tablet because I ran out of power from my camera. And I'm just, look at this. It's just like it got cold and it got wet and it rained and then it stopped raining and now it's not raining at all. I can see this is really enthralling and fascinating for everyone by the number of hundreds of likes that I've got here. Oh, and I also noticed that I got a minus 147 likes last week, which means that not people, what rain exactly, 147. So somebody said that's probably somebody has closed their account and all the likes, they must have liked me a lot. And now that means, so that's worse because somebody that liked me a lot is not watching my videos and all the likes in one go got taken away, which really messed with my statistics. I went from, I thought, because it wasn't like, I was not getting any more dislikes than usual, so it really confused me for a little bit. Have you not got rain in London yet? You need to move to Wales. That's where the snow is, that's where the rain is, that's where all the weather is. And it's not in London, it's just here. So if you want to build a snowman in the winter, here. If you want to see the rain, here. But it is sunny again now, and it's been dry today. So it was only rainy for about 25 minutes, and we got petrichor. If you're a Doctor Who fan or a Neil Gaiman fan, you'll know what petrichor is. And if you're not, then you probably won't, because it's not a real thing. It's just something that is a sort of description of the smell of the stones after the rains have fallen, which is quite a distinctive smell. If you've ever smelt it, you'll know what it is, but you will not unless you have seen those things, because it's not actually, it's a bit of a sort of new made up word. Petrichor. At the church fair we found a great big rock with all crystal on it that my nephew really, really wanted. So I had to carry that around all afternoon. Gigantic rock, the size of my head it was. And then we went to see the gravestones. So I've seen a lot of gravestones in the last couple of days, because I went back to St Illtyd's and I looked there and I saw all the, and I was walking through and then somebody said there's snakes here, be careful, there's adders. There was definitely grasshoppers, but apparently there was adders, and I didn't get bitten, fortunately. Did it rain in the middle of the night? Yes. Too darn hot. Yes. Some rain and then not rain. Just a tiny bit of rain, not enough rain. Still all the grass. I don't know whether I said, on the journey from London to Wales, I blipped out. Next door's grass is also yellow. The grass is also yellow. So I don't know what's special about my mother's grass. It's right next to a pond. Maybe that's it. The pond hasn't. Oh, and yes, I said I went to the canal. The canal hasn't dried up either, which is surprising. I will put that video up presently. Presently being not present. Soon. No, so not presently. In the futurely. So I've got lots of videos. The trouble is it takes ages because there's lots of editing. Like the one I did this morning, I thought that's an easy one to do. I'll do that really quickly and then I'll put it up. And then I realised that there was all light from one side of my face and no light from the other side of my face. And I made a mistake and I had to edit the beginning and the end. So it took ages, even though it was a really easy one shot. Shouldn't really have been the complicated video at all. So you can imagine with the videos that I've got coming, with a lot of editing involved, a lot of not cutting and pasting, but cutting things up and sticking them in different places. But I've also seen, as well as a tiny bit of rain, I've seen a lot. Is it raining here Friday night? Yeah. Oh, Bedfordshire. I've been to Bedfordshire, up the hills to Bedfordshire. Have I been to Bedfordshire? I used to live in Northamptonshire, which is very close to Bedfordshire. I'm sure I have been there. And I've seen lots of butterflies, because I went butterfly counting. I didn't think I'd see that many, but I've seen lots of butterflies, but I couldn't really get them on camera because they were flying around. So I am going to put some pictures that I've taken that I've prepared earlier, basically, or later, because I've seen lots of butterflies. And these are butterflies that I have seen, and I did see them, but because they were flying around, the point, just not that specific point. So I will illustrate them with pictures that I myself have taken. So that's true, and it's within the last some time, so that's true. So it's and I did see the butterflies, so that was true as well. So that's what I will do. soon with lots of lovely pictures of butterflies. Oh, and I also got a real close-up of a dragonfly, but it's really difficult to see, really. But a giant dragonfly. I've got lots of little ones as well. Yes, lots of cracks in the ground, lots of yellow horrible grass and stuff. And yes, the weather's just a little bit warm at the moment, isn't it? A little bit warm. A bit too warm for a lot of people. So, hopefully this isn't going to cut out in the next couple of minutes. So, I don't know what everybody wants me to make, but that's what I'm making. Like canals, quarries, and butterflies, and Roman ruins, and things like that. And then I probably will do some comedic stuff at some point. I should really be writing my Edinburgh show. But I thought, oh, well, what I'll do is I'll start off in character, and then I'll do some other stuff, and it might be more semi-improvisational than anything, and I might put on my flyers, this is a work in progress, definitely, because the nearer it comes, the more I'm like, oh, I should be a bit worried about this. But I'm only there for like 5 days, so it's not like I've got the whole, well, if I was there the whole run, then I could maybe start off the run not knowing, and then by the end have an amazing play. But the way that it'll probably be is I'll do some stuff, I'll prepare before, I will prepare, I've still got time to prepare, and then I'll do something, and then by the end of the week I will not have an amazing play, but I will have something, maybe, possibly. Parrot. Oh yes, a lot, that's interesting. A lot of people have been talking about escaped parrots. Apparently there was a news, apparently there was a news story about how the parrots have been let out of their cages, and because it's so warm outside, they think that it's tropical paradise, and they go, right, off I go, and they will be shocked when it starts to be proper British weather again. They will be shocked. But in the meantime, there's a lot of parrots. And that's how the parrots took over the world and turned it into Planet of the Parrots. And they took over. Like Planet of the Apes, just in case you didn't get the reference. So Planet of the Parrots will be the next big blockbuster, I should think, yes. Because also, aren't parrots descended from dinosaurs? So maybe that's how the world ends. Not with a bang, not with a whimper, but with a load of parrots turning back into dinosaurs because they escaped from the cages. I look like Elvis Presley there, don't I? Just got, looks like I've got sideburn there. Yeah, that fete that I went to, the church fete that I went to, was it yesterday? I'm losing track of the time. Yesterday, they had an Elvis impersonator that was singing all the Elvis songs. My nephew was like, is Elvis still alive? And I'm like, no, he's dead. And then I told him the story about how he did not die on the toilet, how he died shortly after being on the toilet, but he had a heart attack and he died. Because we were walking through a graveyard, I thought we should do the whole life and death thing. And he was like, well, why do they want to listen to a man that's doing songs about a dead man that's dead, and won't they be thinking about him on the toilet and being dead? I'm like, I'm not sure that's really the point of the Elvis impersonator. I think it's more the songs than the memento mori. Probably he was singing right next to a graveyard, so maybe that was the point of an Elvis impersonator at a church fete. It's all about remembering that you will go to Graceland eventually. I'm not sure. I didn't really stay to the there was a church fete. Did he fake his own death? Yes, and he works in a chip shop now. But we had a lovely time, me and my nephew, walking around the cemetery. He's an interesting child, is my nephew. He didn't really want to go and have fun at the barbecue. He wanted to walk around and we had lovely. He was like, I'm going to ask you some questions, Auntie Elise. So he asked me lots of lovely questions about, where people came from, and oh, that's interesting. Elvis's name is spelt wrong on his gravestone. How is it spelled? Aaron is spelt wrong, is it? Anyway, lots of different things. So we were like looking at the graves and seeing when people were dying and being very sad about all the people that we don't know at all being dead. So he was asking me about, heaven and hell and religious stuff. I don't really see, even though I was going to a church fete, I'm not a religious person. So when he was asking me whether he said, do you know the first people that ever existed? And I'm like, well, some people say it's Adam and Eve, but is it Adam and Eve? Probably not, because of, and then we went into the whole sort of evolution and Gondwana land and the way that the tectonic plates and the continental drift and the Big Bang, and he's only like 9. No, he's not. He's 11. Is he 11? Oh my goodness, yes, he's 11. So he's old enough to know these things. He's 11. He's going to big school now because it was his last day at school. He had they had a yearbook too. We never had yearbooks when I was at school. It's like you had a whole graduation and everything, really. Times, they change, aren't they? Changing times. So that was fun. Anyway, so I had a whole telling everybody, are you always going to make videos? That's a good question. Well, I don't know, not always. I'm not going to exist forever. I might keep making videos for a while. I'm so close to getting partnership back, so close. But of course, every time you go a little bit further into the 365 days, those first 30 or so days of those 326 days, all your statistics get lost and you're back where you started. So it's a little bit of a hard slug. Yes, Americanization of schools is a bit odd, really. I think they also had a graduation ceremony from their infant school and from their nursery schools. So, and they had caps and gowns and all sorts. And I'm sure that they have proms. I know loads of people who've got kids that are like 16 or 15 or 16 and they're having school proms. We never used to have those back in the day. We had school discos. And that was post-disco. The disco period had been and gone. We still had school discos, though. Don't know what they call them now. Proms. Oh, yeah. Same thing, really, isn't it? Yeah. You wait, because I remember there was one, and I didn't want to... I was hoping that somebody would ask me to dance. But I was like, I don't want to dance, you know, because it wasn't like all boy-girl dancing, it was just dancing. And I was hoping that one of my friends would go, let's dance, and I'd go, yeah, all right then, reluctant, but eventually doing it. But nobody did, because people don't really care. And then I was hoping that a boy would ask me to dance, and there was a specific boy who I had a really big crush on, and I was like, I'm gonna ask him whether we can kiss. And the whole time in the school disco, I was like, I'm gonna ask him. And I just about got enough sort of courage, and I was like, I'm gonna ask him now. And then the lights went up, and he was kissing this blonde girl, and I was like, well, I should have probably seen that coming. And then he was like, he didn't even like her apparently. It's just because she asked. So I probably could have got away with it if I'd asked, but I didn't. So that was when I was about 13 or 14. It was many years later I got my first kiss. Many years later. Elvis, yes. Yes! Elvis jokes going on in there if you want to check them out. Hilarious. Talking of which, does anyone know how to get rid of slugs in the night? Just around where the modem is, every time you wake up, there's a slug trail, and I don't know where the slugs are coming from. Do you not? Okay, I think real men do dance. Are they pretend men? The men that I've seen dancing, are they not really real? Are they made out of chalk and chewing gum all mixed up? That's what little boys are made of, chalk and chewing gum all mixed up. Yeah. No, so slugs, what I was saying, slugs and snails and puppies, dogs. Yeah, that's what little boys are made of. I think it's slugs, but we haven't seen them in the night. It could be ectoplasm. It could be that we've got a ghost in the corner, which is actually quite possible. Ladies love dancing, do they? Do they? All right then. So I think it could be, because in the same little place, the enclave, well, it's actually more of a sort of windowsill. The windowsill, yes, could put salt down, but it's a bit messy on the carpet. It's in the corner where the slug trails keep going, or the ectoplasm. Actually, a coin appeared from nowhere once, just between, and it was a coin I've not been able to identify. A beer trap is more in the garden though for a slug, isn't it? Because I think if you put beer on the carpet, then you'd have a very beery carpet. We've got a second-hand sofa in there that already smells of somebody else's stale cigarettes. We cleaned it many times, but still, you're like, still smell it. And also, we've got moths coming. Moths! Shh, coming out of the sofa. So that's the trouble with the second-hand sofa. You do not know where it has been. Most do charismatic to dance or charismatic to have slug traps. Now this is the trouble. I'm reading like half sentences in the thing. Put a small amount of dancing on a jar lid, or salt, or beer. I don't know. This is sort of non sequiturs, not non sequiturs. Don secateurs. I was in a play once where I was playing an old hermit. It was called Next Time I'll Sing to You. And for some reason, I did an audition as Salome, like Oscar Wilde's Salome, and went absolutely mad, like Bring Me the Head of John the Baptist and everything. And from this, the people that cast you in, I'll cast you as an old man hermit that lives in and that says complete nonsense. So that was the power of my seduction. Yes, you're doing a seductive Dance of the Seven Veils, talking about John the Baptist, and we'll cast you as an old man. All right. Anyway, there was a line about non sequiturs, and I said it non sequiturs every night. I sort of half knew it was right, and I half knew it was wrong, but I more half thought it was right because I'm a bit of an idiot, and it would keep getting a laugh, and I was like, does that get a laugh? And it was because I was saying it wrong, basically. So yes. Ectoplasm is charismatic, yes. Like a sort of... I'm just like half reading these... I don't know, if you read... Check out the comments. They're just very random. So, yes. How long have I been going? A little while. So, I'm getting all sort of red and flushed. So, I need to deal with slugs and moths and ectoplasm. Oh, the coin! Back to the coin. Got off of the trail. The coin that we found that came down from nowhere was in the corner, and I just was sitting down and I was like, what's that coin? I've probably told this story before, but I've not been able to identify it. But who's on the coin, it's a sort of tokeny silvery coin, is the husband of Marie Theresa of Austria, who's on a lot of silver coins because I think it's the silver thaler became a standard everywhere, that if you've got a Marie Theresa on your big giant silver coin, that's proof that it's silver. And her husband, not quite as famous, has got a tiny little coin, and it was a tiny little coin, but might not really be a real coin, and it confused me because it came from nowhere. Well, it could have just been that it fell out of somebody's pocket, but I don't know who was in there. It just appeared. The slugs dropped it. That's probably it. Anyway, so what have we learned today? That Adam and Eve maybe weren't the first people in the world, but maybe they were. Slug is a homeless snail, yes. Elvis did not die on the toilet, and he probably doesn't work in a chip shop. Coins might deter slugs, you never know. That I have been to a canyon, and I came back again, and that everything is not raining. Everything is illuminated, yes. So bright. And I will go to Caerwent, so wish me luck going to Caerwent, because apparently some of my relatives they're from everywhere, my relatives, but also the Roman soldiers went to Caerwent, and it's another place. There's a possibility that that's where Camelot, if it ever existed, Camelot, because I think the Roman name is, well, it's Caerwent, but yeah. Slugs are not, yes, exactly. Slugs don't need a house. They're just, they're not materialistic like snails are. That's probably what it is. Anyway, I've only got 2 likes and I've got 5 people watching. So I'm glad that 2 of you enjoyed it anyway. It's always nice to bring a little bit of sunshine. There's enough sunshine though, isn't there? I need to bring more rain into your lives. Okay, that said, I'll go and make it rain. I'm a rainmaker. Yay. See you soon. Have a lovely evening, and I'll just put more videos up. Bye bye.